Hi everyone, Jackie P here, your CFP, and November is National Long-Term Care Awareness Month. So I figured I'd share some statistics and some information about long-term care and some solutions that some of the families that we serve use to address these concerns. Around 70% of those turning 65 will need long-term care in their lifetime, with nearly 68% of them being women. The average duration of these events is 3.7 years for women and 2.2 years for men. Just about 62% of caregivers have another job in addition to caregiving. And on average, that age is 50 years or older. So we typically see this with aging parents or spouses taking care of their partner. One of the biggest risks to retirement confidence today is rising medical costs. Long-term care expenses can be overwhelming. And in the US, the average cost of a private room in a nursing home is over $100,000 per year. And an in-home care can exceed $50,000 annually. So these costs, of course, vary by location and the level of care needed, but the one thing that is certain is that these expenses add up fast, and having a plan can protect not only your finances, but it can also give you peace of mind. So planning for long-term care doesn't have to be overwhelming. The key is to plan ahead and make an intentional decision on how you will address this risk. The earlier you start, the more options you have. So here's a quick summary of how the different families that we serve choose to address these concerns. The first is savings. We're not talking about your general assets, but a special account that is specifically earmarked for long-term care expenses. The pro is you have full control of those funds, but the pro is also the con because it requires discipline to keep saving, and you have to make sure that you can guarantee you're not going to use those funds for something else. You all know that life comes at you fast, and if you have a big bucket of cash sitting on the sidelines, it might be easy just to use that for other expenses. So the next option is traditional long-term care. Traditional long-term care is just like your home insurance or your auto insurance. It's just comprehensive coverage for care when you need it. It tends to be your biggest bang for your buck. However, just like your car and auto insurance, if you don't ever have a claim, then those premiums are forfeit. The next option is life insurance or an annuity with a rider. Now, the pro with this is it's a dual purpose policy that combines protecting your family with long-term care benefits. However, the con is that these benefits tend to be limited compared to standalone policies. One of the biggest things I like to note there is that the benefits don't increase with inflation. So if you get a policy at 50 and the benefit is $4,000 per month towards long-term care, if you have an event at 70, that $4,000 20 years later is not going to have the same purchasing power as it had when you got the policy. Last but not least are hybrid policies. I would say that these policies have significantly increased in popularity over the last few years. And that's because unlike your traditional long-term care, these policies have, in a sense, a return of premium in the form of a death benefit. So if you pay premiums into this policy and you live a long, healthy, beautiful retirement like the plan is, when you pass, these policies pay a death benefit to your heirs, a tax-free death benefit. The downside is the leverage of premiums to benefit isn't as strong as traditional long-term care because, of course, the carrier knows that some form or some way you're going to get those premiums back to your estate or to your beneficiaries. When it comes to long-term care planning for yourself and your family, it's not always one size fits all. It really just depends on making an intentional decision and addressing these concerns and making sure that we're not caught off guard. Heaven forbid something does happen. So I'm Jackie P, your CFP. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.